Hi Aquarius, this is your energy reading for the week of April 20th through the 24th. I will be getting clarity on a situation that you will be dealing with that week, and then afterwards I will get some advice from your guides. To start off, the overall energy for this spread is the Queen of Pentacles. So you're looking for stability. In the recent past, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Temperance card, the Fool card, and the Strength card. So you took a leap of faith. You're trying to find peace of mind through positive change. And that led you to courage, strength to do something. In the immediate future, you have the Magician, the Judgment card, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Cups. You're trying to move away from something, move on from something. You're moving away from allowing your fears to kind of cloud your judgment and your self-awareness regarding a situation. And that leads to an emotional connection, a reconnection, emotional connection for you. For the outcome, you have the Page of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Tower card, and the Seven of Wands. So for that connection, it looks like you weren't able to reconnect with this person from your past. You weren't able to reconnect with them. This person's coming off of someone that's maybe younger than you or possibly less mature than you. But not being able to reconnect with them, you're resisting acknowledging something about the situation, about something about yourself or this person that you didn't reconnect with. You're resisting acknowledging something. And that's leading to protest or closing yourself off to an idea. I went ahead and did clarifications on a few of the cards to get a understanding of what's going on underneath. For the Queen of Pentacles, for the overall energy, you have the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So you're trying to gain stability in something you're continuing to work on in a situation. And you're doing this by being honest about your stability and your happiness. For the recent past, for the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Four of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So this peace of mind through positive changes, you're trying to stay motivated. And you're doing this by focusing a lot of your time and energy on things that you're unhappy about or you're dissatisfied about in your life. And you're hoping the hard work will pay off at the end. For the Fool card, you have the King of Cups, the Temperance card, and the Knight of Wands. So you take this leap of faith as something that was an impulsive action. You're trying to find harmony. You're really using this impulsive action to really deliberate on your healing. That leads us to the Strength card. You have the King of Wands, the Moon card, and the Five of Swords. So you find the courage and the strength to lay down your swords and walk away from a situation. And this is after you reveal the truth or discover the truth about yourself. For the immediate future, you have, for the Magician, you have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Death. So you've been working on moving on from your fear of the fear that's been clouding your judgment or your self-awareness, or this is revolving around a major change for you that you're going through. And this is by opening yourself to love, or opening yourself to a new path to love. For the Judgment card, you have the Justice, the Hangman, and the Ace of Wands. So you're trying to move on from the fear that's clouding your judgment. This is revolving around a new passion, new interest. This could also be around some type of intimacy for you, because you're doing this by letting go of your fear of the consequences. For the Two of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Nine of Swords. So this emotional connection, you're really afraid of. There's fear surrounding this. And it could be because you've been spending a lot of time in solitude for your own health and well-being, or you just prefer to be alone for your own health and well-being. For the outcome, for the Page of Cups, you have the Six of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Wheel of Fortune. So not being able to connect with this person. Either you didn't want to connect with them, but whatever happens, it was positive change or good luck for you. Because you either received an announcement, I think you received an announcement that they weren't coming or they were moving on. For the Tower card, you have the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and the Empress. So you're resisting acknowledging something about this is revolving around you're resisting acknowledging about being a bad parent. You're not a good parent. You're not willing to acknowledge that either you are or that you think that you could be. Because you're not in love with children, or you're not in love with being a parent. So you're really fighting that and resisting acknowledging that around not being a good parent, or possibly not being a good parent. And that leads to the Seven of Wands, this protest or closing off to the idea. You have the Six of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Chariot. So you're protesting or closing off the idea that you were not successful at possibly being a parent, or that you wouldn't be successful at it. And you're doing this by overthinking or creating a lot of ideas or situations where it's surrounding around a lack of acknowledgement or not feeling appreciated. Okay. And let's see what your guides have to say, if they have any advice. Beginnings. Perfect time for new beginnings. A new cycle is beginning in your life. Wipe the slate clean. It's now time to release the old and start again. Life goes in cycles. In the phases of the earth, the plants die in the fall so that there can be new birth in the spring. It's the universal dance of death and rebirth. It's a time to end and begin, and this is the close of one cycle and the beginning of another. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routine situations or relationships when they no longer empower you, your soul asks that you not cling to the old, but set sail into new waters. Face your fear and allow yourself to stretch in a new direction. Your soul is at your side, and wonderful opportunities will be born in your life. Wholeness occurs when you can say yes to both endings and beginnings. They also provided affirmation if you prefer one or you're into that. A good affirmation is, I cherish all the cycles in my life. And that's it for the Aquarius reading, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.